I told you, totally joking. I feel like that's what people expected for me to come on here today and say. Not at all. So yesterday, if you're part of my LPP team, you would have seen that I made a little bit over $10,000 originally shorting Tesla stock. It went from overall highs of 358 to overall lows of 337. So a pretty significant sell-off. I ended up being up over 10K. I ended up closing the day like $7,000 in the green, shared it with my LPP team. And then today, so far, I'm up 5,000. So nothing crazy. I'm happy for it. I want to remind you, my intention is to close out these shorts every single day. I know how incredibly bullish Tesla is. I know how much hype there is behind it. It's most likely selling off today because of the CPI data report that's supposed to be released tomorrow. And that's exactly what my video was yesterday. It was just to bring awareness of the pullback potential because institutions like to de-risk or to mitigate risk before a major economic event. It's not personal. I'm not trying to attack you. I hope you make literally as much money as possible if Tesla continues to skyrocket. I hope you know that I truly do mean that. I love seeing everyone win. With that being said, if you're buying at 350 or 340 per share, I hope you understand what you're getting yourself into. And that is what I've made very clear in every single video. I just finished one of my live trading sessions with the LPP team. A quick little heads up, they get to watch me trade live every morning. If you ever want to tune on in, it's the second link in the description down below. But the thing that I talked about there was I have no problem with people buying at 340, 350. I mean, you're an adult. You can do whatever it is that you want. My thing is I don't want you to do it blindly. I want you to be aware of what you're getting yourself into. I just see a bunch of posts of people saying, oh, Tesla's going to 400. Oh, Tesla's going to 500. We're just getting started. That's complete BS. That's complete bullshit. When it comes down to Tesla and the way that it's performing, just like crypto, when it's trading at 90,000, it's like, okay, now everyone all of a sudden wants to buy it at 90, but you guys didn't want to buy it at 60 or 30 or 4 or 20. Like, you have to understand when you've missed the train. And you've missed the train on Tesla. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't make any money on crypto or Tesla because, yeah, technically it can continue to go up as long as you are aware and you mitigate your risk. And what do I mean by that? Very simply, right? If we look at the 4-hour time frame, let's talk about the potential for Tesla to go up to 400 because it is a possibility. And it would be naive to say that it's not, right? It's not very open-minded if you don't think that it is possible. It is. It offers about 17.5% of potential upside from current price level. Great. You know, you can make about $60 per share. That's roughly around 17%. Great. The thing that I want beginners to understand is, okay, well, at what cost does that come at, right? Because every trade for every potential for profit comes at some form of potential for loss. And that is where it's clear as day that the downside based off of previous lows, recent lows, let's just even go to the lows that it was at before it started to take off, 340. That is 29% of potential downside. So that means for every 1% of potential profit, it almost offers 2% of potential risk. To me, that just doesn't make sense. Now, your trade doesn't have to make sense to me. As long as you're really good at mitigating risk, so, you buy here and all of a sudden it begins to take off, great. As long as you're good at, okay, it actually begins to sell off and curl over and begins to indicate signs of some selling pressure, I just hope that you're not surprised. And that's the biggest thing is I want you to understand what you're getting yourself into. I don't want you to go in blindly buying at 340, thinking that it has to go to $400, just like you're seeing all of these crypto guys tell you, hey, Bitcoin's at 90, don't miss out before it hits 100. Who cares? You're going from 90 to 100. That's 10,000, right? 10,000 per coin. Who cares? We all know it's going to pull on back. We all know it's going to happen. Just like when everyone was trying to convince you to buy at previous all-time highs at 69,000 or 67,000, whatever the dollar amount was, and then it crashed to sub 20,000. It's like you have to understand what part of the rally you are in. Are you before the pump? Or are you coming in after? And it's not that eventually it can't recover. That's not the point. But it's like, do you want to go through that? Do you want to tolerate that roller coaster of you buy at 90,000, it goes to 100, you then go back to 90, it goes back down to 70, which is very, very likely, right? Goes back down to 60 or 50, and then you have to wait for it to fully recover. Understand when hype is present. Understand your potential for profit and your potential for loss. And that is all that I'm here to remind you. It is so incredibly important for beginners to simply understand the exposure of risk they are choosing to take on. Anytime that you're being convinced that all you have to focus on is your potential for profit, please just take a step back and ask yourself, well, how much money could I potentially lose if it does begin to sell off? And I think at that point, it will become clear as day that the potential for profit does not outweigh the potential for loss. It's not that you can't make money. That's not what I'm saying. You definitely can. Tesla can go to $400 per share, but at what cost? What is your exposure to risk? And then at that point, it becomes very clear that, okay, yeah, maybe it's not worth it. And there it goes. Tesla beginning to retrace. We should be closer to 6,000 at 57, 5,600 on the day. And if we do break that support at 330, which is kind of like what we established during that pre-market session, I would consider adding even more to my short position on Tesla. But we're not there yet, right? Step by step, I intend to not hold this position overnight. I just wanted to come on here and explain the thought process behind the short. I knew that I was early. If you've watched any of my videos before, I tend to be early when a stock is overbought when it comes down to reversals. But guess what? This is why it pays to be patient, right? You wait, and then you step on the gas. And then you'll see people in the comment section, oh, well, yeah, eventually you're going to be right. Well, I only need to be right once, right? Because I know how to manage my position size. So when I choose to go in with $500,000, I know that directions is my favor. That's it. Right? It's very black and white, very simple. No emotions, just trading. So I wish you guys nothing but the best. If you want to tune into my live trading session, again, it's the second link in the description down below. You do not have to, but again, if you feel like you're kind of lost in this market full of chaos and you think that it would be useful to have access to our daily live sessions, right now we're running a huge sale. You can join for as little as $1 a day is what it breaks down to with the current sale that's going on. It's a one-time payment, lifetime access. Second link in the description down below. Sign up today and you can watch me trade live tomorrow as soon as the market opens. Take care, team.